There are some things in this world that go way beyond human understanding. Things that cannot be explained, things that most people don't want to know about. That is where we come.
Do you know what the most frightening thing in the world is? It's fear.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
Whatever you do, don't fall asleep.
I'm afraid!
Don't be afraid!
No. Be afraid. Be very afraid.
What an excellent day for an exorcism.
It's all true. The boogeyman is real, and you found him.
When there's no more room in hell, the dead will walk the earth.
I see dead people.
Listen to them. Children of the night. What music they make.
They're here.
Good evening and welcome back to Ghost
Frickin' Talking.
That's right, Ghost Frickin' Talking, your paranormal podcast that you don't want to take home to mama. You could take probably the Wolf Hollow versions home to mama.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, you can take like
toned down.
But ladies and gentlemen, like I said, we are your paranormal podcast. That we get a little raunchy here and there. But ladies and gentlemen, it is October.
Heck yeah, it is
time for the spooky time, and we got a whole month full of fun things planned. And
yes, we do.
We did get 4 episodes out last month, so maybe October we'll get 5 out.
Maybe 4.5.
4.5, definitely. All right, so I am your humble host. My name is Nick.
I am Trenton.
And I'm Newsroom Nessie.
Newsroom Nessie. And if you guys don't know what I forget.
Spread Shop Newsroom.
All right, in the Spread Shop Newsroom is Newsroom Nessie. If you guys don't know what Spread Shop is, that is our merch shop. And do you remember the link for our merch?
It is Ghost ftpodcast.myspreadshop.com.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what it was.
Ghost FT.
Ghost FT?
Yeah, ghostftpodcast.myspreadsshop.com.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
Took me a second because it's been a minute since I had said it. I'm like, wait a minute here.
and if that isn't it, you can find the link also here on YouTube or on Facebook or wherever our link tree is located. So you guys can go and get those awesome, because we got t-shirts and dog bandanas and coffee cups. And so it is October 1st. Ooh, spooky season. We did have an awesome time at Wolf Hollow a couple weekends ago.
Yeah, it was a pretty fun time.
Yeah, definitely.
If you guys missed those, you guys can go and listen to those wherever you download your podcast, or you can also watch them on YouTube as well.
Yeah.
We interviewed Pete, the owner of Twisted Crypt Haunted House.
Yep.
And we also interviewed Rebecca, the State Line Medium.
Yeah.
Those were both 2-hour podcasts each.
Yeah, it was a long podcast, but it seemed short.
Yeah, it just flew by. So we want to thank Randy and Liz for having us back out there at Wolf Hollow, and hopefully they'll have us back again in that awesome spot. But just those 2 podcasts was not the only thing we did that day.
No, we did a show and tell. I would call it.
Show and tell. Presentation. But unfortunately, Nessie wasn't there. She ended up getting a migraine and bowed out for the...
Yeah, I let the boys handle it.
Yep. And it was weird because I did get a bunch of comments saying, oh, we wanted to watch what happened at the shop. I'm like, well, you had to be at the shop to watch it.
People wanted that to be live, yeah.
They wanted it live or at least taped and put on YouTube.
Yeah.
It was a heck of an experience that night. We had a packed house. I probably think like 1 or 2 empty seats maybe in the entire place.
Yeah. I was surprised how it was set up with like rows of chairs for everybody to sit down and like watch you do your thing. I thought it was going to be more like informal kind of just like hanging around with your stuff, and people can kind of like walk around and, you know, talk about the items and, you know, test them out or whatever. So I guess I was under the impression it was something a little different. So.
Yeah, no, it was like a TED Talk, really. You know, I stood up in front, and you know, it was a little intimidating because we've never done anything like that before.
Yeah,
I was a comedic relief, by the way.
A comedic relief.
Everyone loved me.
But it was really weird because we have a traveling TV that we take to conventions. It's been everywhere. It's been down in Davenport, Iowa with this. It's been to Dubuque, Iowa with this. It's been just Chicago.
It's been all over the United States.
It's an everywhere TV. And for years, get this, for years, this TV has worked, right? It worked all day that Saturday.
it did.
We go to do our presentation that night, and we were going to show clips and stuff on that TV.
Yeah.
The TV died.
But the thing is, that TV, we didn't even move it. We didn't touch it. We didn't do anything to this TV.
Nope.
It just didn't want to work.
Except when someone packed the car, I remember I heard something fall in the back.
But the thing is...
But it did work after that, though.
Yeah, it
so
did work.
Yeah, it worked all day that day. Like I said, it worked all day. And then when we left, because we left after the second...
Yeah, we had a couple hours in between when the last podcast and when the other part was going to start.
Yeah, and the TV was there the whole time.
Yeah, it stayed in the same spot.
And boom, and this TV's dead. So after all these years and all these miles this TV has had on it,
it finally died out,
the ghost of Wolf Hollow killed it.
So was it on the whole time when we were gone? Did you leave your laptop on, I wonder?
No, I closed the laptop.
Okay, so everything was shut off then.
Yeah.
For the time being.
Yeah, because like the TV will go into rest mode.
Like, yeah.
But it was weird because you could hear it, like, you know, when you turn a TV on, you hear a boo.
Yeah.
Like I would hit the power button, you would hear it, but nothing would pop up.
Yeah.
But the light showing that the TV was on didn't go from red to green.
Just something, yeah.
So it was really weird. So we blame the ghosts because it's always something whenever we go to Wolf Hollow. Something's always
goes wrong.
Something's not working or...
Yeah. Because we had equipment not work when we went there to do the investigation that night. We had other live podcasts there that all of a sudden, like the sound just went wonky, like really wonky. We've had the computer just shut, the one time the computer just shut down by itself.
Yeah.
It was on the power and everything, and it just shut down in the middle of our podcast.
Crazy.
So, like I said, just a list of things just happen when we go to Wolf Hollow. We love the place. But I think the ghosts there like to fuck with us.
Yeah, no, legit.
Because we went there for the investigation that night, and they did not want to show themselves, but they do like to fuck around with our stuff.
Yeah.
Plus, didn't we have problems with their spirit box too?
Yeah, we had. Yeah, that's right. Because we were going to show off all of our hunting equipment, and so we put a brand new battery in the spirit box, and it wouldn't turn on.
I thought you got that one to turn on.
We got to turn it on.
Because you used it for a little bit, right?
Yeah,
we did.
We eventually got to turn on, but I had to, it was really weird. It was like I had to slowly move the battery inside the machine for it to work. It was really weird. I don't know if a wire's going loose in it, but it just seemed like it was like things were just piling on, like shit's not working.
Yeah, because we tried it out here. Like, we tried everything out.
Yeah,
make
before
everything
we left
work.
here, we checked everything.
Everything worked.
Everything worked, but...
Crazy.
And that happened to us when we took the equipment to Tinker Swiss
Just like
that
the
night.
recorder. Yeah, I think the recorder that we were trying to use. Yeah.
And my recorder's missing now.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Weird.
It's really weird.
Gotta be around here somewhere.
It's really weird how this kind of stuff just piled up. But that night went really smooth. We had really cool people. They're like really in tune to what we were talking about. I don't feel like they were bored with us.
Yeah. Well, it's cool because people, they made the choice to be there. So clearly they were interested in something, it caught their eye.
Yeah, definitely.
So they wanted to be there.
Yeah, and so we were giving out some swag, some stickers and keychains and stuff we were handing out. So people got some stuff afterwards, and we did have some people come up, and a couple of girls there were showing
Hitting
me.
on you?
Hey, you know what? It's all good. there was something.
That's
going
all
on.
I heard about.
He thinks
I thought they were hitting on me, but
it was really me.
It was really me.
They want some trend.
but they're showing me about different haunts and stuff in the Belvedere area, and talking to me about that stuff, and then
Cool.
So it was really cool. But during the session, we decided to do a spirit box session there in front of everyone with that haunted mirror we've been talking about.
Right, because we were in the room, in the front room that they had set up there, and the mirror was there. It was still covered, but it was still there.
Yep. So
And I know you said you just felt it just staring
yeah.
at
The
you.
whole time, the whole day there, it was just felt like it was like peering, just putting holes through the back of my head.
Yeah.
And so that night we actually got to talk to the mirror, and it was very entertaining.
Okay. I don't think the mirror is anything. I think you're just full of shit. in my opinion.
Bullshit, dude.
But there is a but. I did get every once in a while goosebumps and very bad vibes about it. But
Oh, dog
like I
barking
said,
in the background.
Yeah.
Take a shot.
Take a shot, man. No, but like that makes me want to believe you.
I know that you even said, well, you're like overreacting to this thing.
Yes.
But no, that night while we were doing the spirit box session, I wanted to smash the mirror.
Oh, that is true. I did. He wanted
told
to,
me that.
because you can hear in his voice get like a little bit angry and kind of testing it. I'm like, nah, man. You want me to do this really quick? He's like, yeah, sure.
Something about that mirror was antagonizing me, and I don't lose my cool very quick.
Yeah, no.
And it
was
like
quick.
It quick. I snapped, and you could hear it in my voice.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Because the voices coming through there, we had a little girl. I forgot what her name was. 'Cause it was Lisa.
Yeah,
her name
I
was
think it was Lisa.
All right, so this little girl, her name was Lisa, came through, and the voice came through multiple times. And when I asked her what she was doing there, and she said she wanted out.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, Lisa, why are you locked in that mirror? And it sounded like she was crying. We heard a little girl cry.
Interesting.
And then all of a sudden, like, her voice was gone. All of a sudden, we started getting this man's voice, and it was like a very deep
Yeah,
voice.
this was a very, very deep voice.
We couldn't get a name, but he called you a fucking idiot.
Yeah. Yeah, he did.
So is this on video or anything? Was anyone
No,
recording this?
no.
I didn't know usually
Actually,
you record
you know
your
what? I
sessions.
think
Yeah, I
Randy might have been videotaping it.
Yeah, Randy filmed some of it, and someone else filmed some of it. That one girl. She was filming some or taking pictures or whatever she was doing, but she was
Yeah.
doing something.
Yeah. One of the girls came up and she was trying to take pictures inside the mirror, and she thought she saw like something in the mirror. In the
Bloody
picture.
Mary.
Hey, you know what? There's just something really fucking off about this mirror. But during the time where this guy started coming in with this deep, dark voice, just for some reason, my blood was boiling. Like
That's when you got pissed off.
I wanted to smash the mirror. I felt like I wanted to take the spirit box and I just wanted to smash it against that mirror.
Yeah.
That's how pissed off I was. And
Wow.
it wasn't like it was, being, calling me names or anything. He was calling him a fucking idiot.
Yeah, jerk.
And yeah, he called you a bunch of different names.
Yeah, he did. He called me a punk or something like that at one point in time.
But during this whole time, because he ended up taking the spirit box and getting in front of the mirror and let me step back and cool off. And the questions I kept asking the mirror, and my questions just kept getting louder and more like, you better tell me, type of questions I was saying to it. And it was just like I was very irritated by that mirror.
And I feel like I got more answers than you did. Like, I don't know why, but that's what I feel like. I feel like I got more like accurate answers, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So I think the mirror doesn't like. I've told you this. ever since I've seen that mirror does not like me. So that mirror wasn't going to sit there and let me ask it questions and everything. It was going to be more in tune with him because it doesn't want anything to do with me.
Well, listen to how you were talking to it.
Yeah.
You have to talk nice to it.
Well, I was talking nice to it. That's the whole thing. I started
off nice.
I started off totally nice, but something just irritated me so much that it was like a light switch in me.
Crazy.
And like I said, I'll have to check with Randy to see if he got video of it.
Yeah.
But, Trent said he physically saw me like change.
Yeah.
Like something changed in me.
It was almost instant. When I started crying that one day, it was almost kind of like that, but you with like anger.
Yeah.
It was that quick.
Crazy.
Yeah. So yeah, and that dark voice, we talked to it probably. I think we did about 45 minutes with the spirit box, right? About half hour, 45 minutes, and that dark voice stayed there for a long time. And I asked it, I'm like, well, why are you holding Lisa there? And it told me just to shut up.
Yeah.
Mind your business.
Yeah, mind your business. Why I got this little girl.
Yeah.
In there.
And then like afterwards, I ended up walking around with it, and there was a place where I just froze up when I heard that deep voice, because I heard the deep voice again, right? Because it said Trenton, because it kept saying my name, right? It said my name how many times? Like 10?
Yeah.
Dude, it was. But I got into a spot I couldn't move, and I was calling for you, but I can't do anything. You can't do anything because you're talking to people and everything like that. That was scary because I couldn't move and I couldn't breathe. But after that, the Ghostbusters, or whatever you want to call them.
Oh yeah, we had the Winnebago County Ghostbusters there that night.
Oh,
yeah,
cool.
He walked around with his EVP recorder and helped capture, I want to say, some of the EVP things that I got with the spirit box.
Oh, cool.
So I know for a fact that he's going to have some of the deep voices that I caught in some of like the other voices.
Very cool. I'm going to have to follow up with them then to see, if they kept those recordings or if they pulled anything off of it. Because I know that they were doing a few recordings while we were doing the spirit box session too.
Yeah.
So it should be interesting to see if anybody else pulled anything off of this stuff from that night.
So the mirror wouldn't be a good Christmas gift idea for you?
I mean,
no.
But it's almost to the point to where I want the mirror.
Oh yeah.
Just because, I've always wanted something haunted. I want a haunted doll.
This mirror makes me mad and pissed off. Let's buy it.
Exactly. That doesn't sound like a good idea because then you're going to be pissed off all the time, and I don't like that. Yeah. I mean, you're pretty chill. We're pretty chill and laid back, and if the mirror's here, we don't need it to change your attitude.
I know, but I want something haunted.
You live in a fucking haunted house. Is that not enough?
Well, I know, but I just want to be like, yes, this is my Annabelle doll,
This is my haunted house I live in. Like, what more?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It's weird how, things draw me to where I want it. It's like, so, I know it's bad for me, but I want it. I don't know. Now, maybe that's why I'm so attracted to you. I know you're bad for me.
Because I'm such bad news. Such a bad influence.
Bad influence sitting over there with all these tattoos and piercings.
Yeah, because that makes people really bad.
Yeah, Dad. Stereotyping.
I'm just fucking with you. But I definitely, I know that you guys are poo-pooing on it, but I would definitely.
No, I'm not poo-pooing on anything. I wasn't there, so I can't, say anything for one way or the other. But I mean, I believe what you say, and I know that you've, experienced what you told me. So
and
it's crazy.
The medium, because we talked to her. If you guys go back and listen to that, she was talking about it, how that mirror was probably on like a dresser, and she said it's seen some shit, and that's why it had all these vibes to it. She was picking up stuff from the mirror too, and she said that the mirror has seen some stuff, and with a mirror just it's kind of like that stone tape theory where it sees something, it's going to hold on to
Imprint on it.
imprint on it. And, you know, usually people, whenever they have their dressers in their room, it's usually at the foot of their bed, you know, maybe.
Well, your room's pretty small, so it's going to see everything. So if something's, you know, going on in there that shouldn't be, like, you know, something violent or just something bad.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, and it makes it really sad that the voice coming through was a little girl. And, you know, if that's imprinting something
the
from
voices
that.
on the spirit box change. You say obviously, right? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. It was only 2 voices though. There was 2 distinct voices. There was a little girl, and she distinctly told me her name was Lisa.
And she
Because there's
needed
another
help.
device that is like pre-recorded, so it's not actual voices.
Oh yeah, no, we didn't.
What's
we
that
didn't
called? I
use
forget what.
Oh, the necromancer thing?
Where it goes spooky.
Yeah, what's the one on your phone?
You're talking about the
Iovolus?
Iovolus?
Yeah, the Iovolus. Because
Yeah.
that one's just programmed with words
That
and
was
stuff,
just
right?
programmed with words.
Okay.
And I had that running at the same time we were doing the spirit box session, and it was quiet.
Yeah.
All the way up until the deep voice came in.
What did it say when the deep voice started?
The Iovolus started when I started talking about Martha. Because Martha was sitting next to the mirror, you know, on the table.
Mm-hmm.
I go, can you tell me what her name is? And it gave off some explicitive to Trent at that time.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, I asked the question. I'm like, what is her name? You know, getting aggravated with it. I'm like, what is her name? And the Iovolus came across and said 15.
Yeah.
And then the Iovolus only came across and said 2 more things the rest of the night. But I was talking to Liz when we were leaving that night, and she goes, I'm kind of thinking, she goes, I wonder, because when you asked what the name of Martha was, and it said 15 on the Iovolus, would she be like, because she was in medical,
Like an anatomy class.
Yeah. Was she like specimen 15?
I have no fucking clue.
No, I'm not asking you.
I mean, it could be hypothetically. I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, it was probably just a skull in the fucking closet, you know? I remember in anatomy class, it's not like, oh, go get skull number 432 over there. You know, it wasn't like that.
No, I'm saying like before, like these things have to be shipped off to these anatomy classes. So they have to be called like, you know, specimen 15 or human number 15.
You can't be like, send grandma
Yeah, I don't
whatever
know.
over here.
I don't really know how they categorize skulls. So I don't know. But it could be. Yeah, I mean, who knows? I mean, it could be. I don't think she's like 15 in age, though. I think she's definitely older in age just based on her,
without a doubt.
features. But because that's what I was thinking you were going to say was that she's 15 years old.
But it was also really weird, too, because remember when we were asking the medium, and she goes, is she a young girl? Because she thought she was a young girl, too. And you're like, well, her teeth are pretty messed up. And she's like, well, I know little kids have messed up teeth as well.
Well, right, but they look like adult teeth. You know, you're not going to have a little kid. But I don't know. You'd have to get someone who's a little better at, you know, the features.
Yeah, like a forensic type thing.
Yeah.
Or even just someone who knows a little bit more about the skull features and can tell you a more definitive age.
Yeah.
I guess I'd have to do a little more research and see if I can find out myself. But
yeah, so that was our night at Wolf Hollow. It was a pretty interesting night. I guess in hindsight, I probably should have recorded it.
Well, you know, for next time.
For next time, yeah. If they have us back for something like that. But like I said, it was a packed house, and everybody seemed to like it.
Yeah, it seemed like it was.
Because I would have been kind of like disappointed if someone got up and was like, "Fuck this,
leaving."
These people can't talk for shit." And rambling on about ghosts.
No, I mean, you obviously have a successful podcast. People like to listen to you guys talk. So
you guys, you mean us?
You guys,
us. But yeah, so that was our Wolf Hollow stuff. But we do have 2 news stories we're going to do here tonight for you guys. Unfortunately, bad news coming from the Conjuring house. Our friends, the Heinzens, are going to be selling the Conjuring house.
Oh.
So we got that story coming up after the break here, and then later on, we're going to talk about this company wants to pay you $1,300. I think it's like $1,300 or something like that to watch 12 scary movies and then watch your heart rate on like a Fitbit.
Wow.
So we'll run down those movies and we'll see if you guys would have an elevated heart rate for these movies.
All right.
If you've seen them or anything. So, but right now, ladies and gentlemen, it is October, and we are going to plug the shit out of our friend Mr. Hinkle Draws. Go to KevinAHinkle.com, and he's got a brand new line of Halloween stickers coming out this year. So here is this awesome commercial that I put together for him. So we'll see you right after this break.
It's showtime.
What's your name, buddy?
Chucky.
There's no such thing as Annabelle. It was a big mistake acknowledging this doll.
I am Dracula.
My name is Freddy, I'm the singer in the band. Bonnie's my name.
Hey, I'm Chica.
Now you've met all the members of the band.
Oh, hey. Oh, come on. Don't go yet. Here, look at us. Huh, we even shop at the same store.
Get your limited edition Halloween sticker series now at KevinAHinkle.com. 12 designs to choose from Annabelle, Michael Myers, Classic Dracula, The Creature from the Black Lagoon, Chucky, Beetlejuice, Samara from The Ring, A Human Skull, and all 4 Five Nights at Freddy's characters. All right, guys, we are back, so go to KevinAHinkle.com and order your awesome Halloween stickers, and he also has an incredible print out there of Elvira, so go out and get that awesome print too. So if you guys want to see the review of that print, go out and check out our TikTok page. I have an awesome review and unpackaging of that print. So go to KevinAHinkle.com. Speaking of Kevin A. Hinkle, before we get into the story, by the time a lot of people are listening to this, it'll probably be too late, but we are going to be doing a doodle stream crossover on our YouTube channel.
Oh, yeah.
October 2nd, which would be tomorrow, from, 7 p.m. Eastern to 9 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be doing a live doodle stream with him where he's going to be doing spooky doodles live for people to try to guess and win prizes, and we'll talk cryptids and spooky stuff and how big of a chicken shit Kevin is when it comes to spooky stuff.
Oh yes, yes he is.
But
You won't use your bathroom.
No, he won't use my bathroom, but yet he will go on the Haunted Road in New Jersey with me.
Of course.
And do all that fun stuff. But so if you guys are listening to this podcast on the 1st, then make sure to tune in on the 2nd.
And what time in Central Time would that be, since we're in Central Time?
Central Time.
So it'd be what?
6.
6 to 8 then?
6 to 8.
Okay.
Yep.
'Cause you threw me off when you're like 7 to
Well, whenever
9.
anybody talks any kind of times, when like on a broadcast like this, you always say the Eastern Time for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's business, baby. Show
Isn't
business.
it the zone that you are in?
Yeah, I know it's the zone that we're in, but I don't know. For some reason,
I've never heard you use Eastern Time before. That's why I asked. Business, baby.
Business, baby. Okay.
First time I used it.
Well, anyway, talking about business. All right, this story is kind of heart-wrenching because I actually tuned in to the Heinzens the other day. They jumped on live on Facebook talking about handling questions about them selling the house and why, and they just look totally distraught,
Defeated,
defeated, and
I'm sure they don't want to.
They don't want to.
It's their life. It's what they enjoy doing. But if his health needs more focus right now, then it's probably the better thing to do.
Yeah, so and our podcast really blew up thanks to them.
Yeah.
Because we were doing okay, but once they started plugging the podcast,
Yeah, we got more
in the actual
like
Conjuring
paranormal.
house.
Yeah, and people from the paranormal community actually saw it. Then we get more, people that are interested as opposed to just
So
hoping people will find us randomly.
The Heinzens helped out the podcast a ton, and it saddens me that they're selling it because I really wanted to get out to the Conjuring house, to hang with them and check out the house and stuff like that. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, the Conjuring house is up for sale. The house from the Conjuring could be yours for $1.2 million.
Oh, only 1.2 million.
Are you looking for a cozy 3,100 square foot home in Rhode Island? This 3-bedroom historic home is filled with character and somewhat secluded on 8 acres of land. It's also allegedly filled with evil ghosts to go along with all that character. Yes, the house at the center of the Conjuring's legend is back on the market after originally selling back in 2019. And what's really crazy is that our very first podcast episode, we talked about them buying the house.
That is true.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. So that was our very first news story that we talked about here on Ghost Freaking Talking was them buying the house.
Wow.
So, it all comes back
Full
in
circle.
Full circle, right? A family of paranormal investigators last purchased the house for $439,000, using their investment to host paranormal events and rent out rooms for brave guests looking to encounter the spooky ghouls that are allegedly haunting the house. After just 2 years living there, they're calling it quits, and Mott and Chase Sotheby's International Realty has listed the property for $1.2 million.
Wow.
The realtors seem to think the dark tourism potential is part of the curb appeal of this fully restored historic home.
Duh. I mean, come on. It's the whole reason why the price jumped up $1 bajillion is because of what it is. People are interested in it.
Yeah, and before the Heinzens bought the house, the owners never made the house into like a tourist thing or anything like that. That was just a home that they were living in.
Yeah.
And it just happened to be one of the most haunted homes in the world.
Yeah.
Right? So when they sold the house to the Heinzens they dived and gave back to like the haunting community this house, right?
Yeah.
And they were booked. They were solidly booked all the time, even through COVID. They did whatever they could through the whole COVID
keep people
thing.
Coming.
And then last summer, was it summer?
Yeah.
Last summer they went live for a week.
Oh
there.
yeah, it was about a year ago.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They went live for a week there to where people could hunt the home for 7 days.
Yeah, that was
and
pretty
watch
cool.
the cameras and everything like that. And that's how we got tied with them, because one day I was just listening, because we would do like a recap every night.
we did a recap of the
Happenings.
that day of whatever you saw, since you watched the most of it.
Yeah.
And then they happened to see it, and then they started promoting us.
Yeah,
so.
and what was funny, because the one day I was listening to the cameras, because you could listen to the cameras and watch the
you
cameras
had
and
it
stuff
on,
like that.
yeah.
And then all of a sudden I'm like, is that fucking Vanessa's voice? and so I listened closer,
familiar.
and then I listened closer, and I'm like, that's my fucking voice too. I'm like, they're listening to the podcast. So,
That's
so
awesome.
they would daily listen to the podcast
What we had to
inside
say.
the home. So it was really awesome, and they really loved how we were, frank and open, and
brutally honest.
and they really liked that about us. So.
Yeah.
So that then the one day Corey walked around with a sign saying, "Make sure to subscribe to Ghost Freaking Talking."
Yeah, that was awesome.
So that was really cool. Then all of a sudden we went from like maybe 50 or 70 people on YouTube to like 600.
Yeah.
I remember the numbers really jumped up those couple of days. It was really
it was
cool to
crazy.
see. Yeah.
But on for the story here, the 14-room farmhouse was built around 1826, and legend has it that the presence of the Bathsheba Sherman, one of the house's occupants in the 19th century, remains there still today. her haunting and all the chilling encounters of the house, basis for James Wan's critically acclaimed Conjuring universe. Says here, if you have seen The Conjuring, then you will know that Patrick Wilson and Via Farmiga portray the Warrens that went in and investigated the house as well.
Yeah.
And it says here, despite having 3 bedrooms, the Conjuring house only has 1.5 baths, which might make hosting overnight guests and large paranormal investigations a challenge for the next caretakers. It doesn't say here, but in this news story about why they're selling the house. But why they're selling the house is they said that Corey is having some health issues.
Yeah, that's too bad.
And
sorry to hear that.
They were not living in this house.
Mm-hmm.
They lived in Connecticut and then would travel, they lived in Maine.
Okay.
And then would travel back and forth to this house. And it was just getting too much,
It's a long...
too much for them.
Yeah, that's a long drive, I'm sure, and being so far away.
Yeah, and I have also seen in other news articles as well, and they stated it during the live, is that they are booked almost through 2022.
Wow.
With people coming in to
Wanting to check it
investigate
out.
and hang
Yeah.
out and stuff like that. And they are working it into the contract of whoever buys the house
To honor
has
those.
to honor those dates.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
So in the end, basically, hopefully somebody like the Heinzens will end up buying the house.
Yeah.
And
just keeps doing it.
Yeah, and I think I
keep running
read
it.
that, what, Jennifer is her name?
Yeah.
I think she said that, they're going to be very picky about who they want to sell it to because they want to make sure that they continue with kind of what they were doing.
Yeah, because definitely the Heinzens breathe a new life into the house.
Yeah, I mean, they opened it up for people to investigate and, that actually being legit haunted house.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
what
like-
more could you ask for?
Yeah, it's,
As an investigator, especially like an amateur investigator, someone just going there to check it out because they're interested in it.
Yeah, I think just last year the axe murder house, or not Elizabeth Bathory. What's the chick that
Liz Borden?
The Lizzie Borden house went for sale last year, and of course, whoever buys that house is going to have to, run it as this is a haunted attraction and do the haunted tours and stuff like that. So you would think that whoever buys this house would treat the Conjuring house like a mecca. Like,
Well, I would hope so if they're spending over $1 million on it too.
Oh, yeah.
That's not a cheap investment.
Yeah, but you're going to be making it back on these
Oh no,
fees.
absolutely. But I'm saying like you're not going to just, I mean, if you're dropping that much money, you're serious.
Yeah. Just imagine, and congratulations to Corey and Jen if they can actually get that 1.2 million.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a paycheck off of that 440,000 that they paid for it. But on top of it, they probably got all this money from all these tours and everything that came through. They probably got paid from Ghost Adventures that went in, and was it the Dark Zone? They probably got good check from the Dark Zone to come in and do that, and they're going to be doing that again at the end of the month on Halloween weekend.
Cool.
They're going to be live on the Dark Zone again, so you guys can go and investigate the house that weekend as well.
Awesome.
So
yeah, no, that's very interesting. So we'll see what happens.
yeah, so definitely congratulations to them if they get that big paycheck at the end. And
well, I'm sure that will help them be more comfortable too, especially if they have a lot of fees incurred from health expenses and stuff too.
Yeah, definitely. So we're thinking about you, Corey, because Corey's a cool dude. He's really down at our level. He likes our raunchy talk, and he's just hilarious listening to him investigate and stuff like that, talking about ashless chaps and. So all the fun stuff that he does during his investigations are really fun. So we're thinking of you, Corey. So get healthy, and hopefully this all works out for you guys. And
and good luck selling the house.
yeah, definitely good luck selling that house. And another big thing, and she mentioned it a few times because there must be some kind of hatred. I never really dived into it, Zach Baggins fucked them over or something during the Ghost Adventures taping.
Oh.
So she said multiple times,
You will not buy it?
we will not sell this house to Zach.
Oh, wow.
So even if he came in with like a $2 million offer,
Right.
she will not sell the house to Zach.
Wow. I wonder what is behind that.
Yeah, I don't know. But they are definitely not fans of Zach.
All right. Well, interesting.
All right, guys. So we're gonna take another quick break here, and when we come back, we're gonna talk about scary movies, and if your blood will boil and set off a Fitbit while watching these movies, and make some money doing it.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So once again, check out our merch shop. If you guys want, make sure to get yourself some Ghost Freaking Talking gear. We have T-shirts. We got you got hoodies on here tonight. We have hats. We got it is coming cold season out, so get your
hoodie.
Your hoodies
Come
and
in all different colors.
and your stocking caps. You got stocking caps out there. Make
Yeah.
sure and get some of those. Long sleeve shirts, all that fun stuff out there. Okay, so stay tuned for this commercial.
And if you want to get your awesome Ghost Freaking Talking merch, make sure you hit us up at gftpodcast.myspreadshop.com. And they have all kinds of different colors and styles. And make sure you get your coffee cups and even your dog bandana.
All right, guys, so we are back. So make sure to go out and get your Ghost Freaking Talking gear. And also make sure to go to kevinahinkle.com and order your awesome Halloween stickers and awesome Elvira prints. So go out and give Kevin some love. Oh, also, and depending when you're listening to this, Kevin's also throwing in limited edition zombie Hinkle stickers to the first 50 people buying off of his website in the month of October.
Awesome.
And they're limited, 1 of 50, 2 of 50 stickers. So go out and make an order and get an awesome free zombie Hink sticker. And we got one. We got one of the bonus ones.
Yeah.
So hint, hint. There's 3 past 50.
At least that we know of.
Yeah, right? All right. So all right, guys. So here we are in Halloween time, and so everybody's talking Halloween and buying all the decorations in the fucking stores. And it's really weird this year because Halloween stuff is like either not getting on the shelf or it's selling out as soon as it hits the shelf.
I think both. I mean, I see a lot of empty spaces, but I just don't think stuff has been out yet. So I know a lot of items have been delayed with, getting to stores and not just Halloween stuff. I mean, that's with everything. So I guess Halloween items are being affected too.
No.
Who would have thought?
Yeah, who would have thought? But Halloween time is Halloween movies. I see Netflix throwing Halloween movies up. Hulu is throwing stuff up. Even Disney Channel is throwing up like their Halloween Town and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, do you know you could possibly get paid $1,300 to watch 13 scary movies?
Sign me up.
That's $100 a movie.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I would totally do that.
So what's?
All right.
It sounds too good to be true.
Yeah, right. It says here, wanted, a horror lover for hire who is brave enough to watch 13 scary movies to find out whether high-budget horror movies deliver more scares than low-budget ones. So,
Okay.
So that's what the whole...
So they're trying to. That's their whole. That's the hypothesis that they're testing.
Yep. They go, we love a good side hustle here at Finance Buzz, and this is one that will make you scream. We hope. We're looking for someone to record their heart rate while watching 13 of the scariest movies ever made. And the list isn't the 13 scariest movies.
I was gonna say, who says that these were the 13 scariest movies alive? Because everyone's gonna have their own list.
Yeah, right. We'll pay the hired horror movie heart rate analysis $1,300 and send them a Fitbit to record their heart rate. So not only you get $1,300, but you get a Fitbit, which are like $50, $75.
Yeah.
Why we want to pay someone $1,300 to watch horror movies, you say? Of all the different types of movies to hit the silver screen, movies of the horror genre are the most profitable, regardless of the budgets set to film them.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have guessed that.
It's really weird because I saw some outstanding number the other day. Someone was talking about the franchise, the Paranormal Activity franchise?
Oh, yeah.
They were made for like, I don't know, probably like $400,000 and have made like over $100 million.
That's insane.
Yeah. Because they get a new one coming out.
Oh, they do?
Yeah. It's called...
Paranormal Activity 5000?
Yeah, it's like, I think it's called like Paranormal Activity... the beginning or something like that, where it goes back to the whole beginning, you know, of the whole cult thing. Because if you go and watch through all the movies, spoiler alert, it's more cult related, and you know, talking about raising the devil and stuff like that. So they go back to like the Amish days. I'm like, how are you gonna be doing this type of movie with, you know, found footage stuff with Amish people and stuff like that? I don't know.
Yeah, they didn't have like any. Like
you know,
quarters.
Yeah, it's really weird. So I'm interested to watch it. Of course, I'll watch it because it's Paranormal Activity.
You watched Killer Sofa the other day, so.
Killer Sofa, and what was the other one?
Killer Recliner? I don't know.
No, it was Santa Jaws.
Oh, yeah, Santa Jaws. Oh,
Santa
my God.
Jaws.
Gotta love those movies.
Well, yeah, so.
Are they on the list?
No, unfortunately. For a movie to make your hair stand on end and all send shivers crawling up your spine, it's not all about high-end special effects and CGI scares. More often than not, horror movies are scary because of their story, not the budget of the production studio. Some of the most spectacular slasher films and terrifying thrillers were made with chump change compared to the superhero sequels and well-known franchises. In 2007, Paranormal Activity was produced with just $15,000.
Oh, there you go. A lot less than your.
That's a lot less.
And racked over $193 million from the box office. That's just the box office.
And that's just the first one, right?
That's just the first one.
Damn.
Dude, imagine bank. That is the biggest bank that you could ever make off a movie.
Yeah,
man.
that's ridiculous. Wow. And the thing is that I could sit there and I could rewatch Paranormal Activity over and over and over again, and it still creeps the shit out of me.
$15,000 though. We could not we, but $15,000. What you think about it, is not a lot of money.
No, not to make a movie.
No, that's like here's a couple bucks. Go see what you can do. No, that's insane.
Because you gotta figure the bigger budget movies, the actors alone are getting a couple million.
Well, yeah, exactly. And just think about how many people, not just the people you see on the screen, but think of how many people are actually involved behind the scenes too that you have to pay. So
you got
crazy.
Set fees and people that are putting together the sets, the
props,
the props. You gotta pay someone to be there for
everything.
in case somebody gets hurt. You got the food to be catered in.
Yeah, there's a lot of moving parts.
There's like a 15-minute scroll of names at the end of movies for a reason.
Yeah.
All those people are getting paid from that movie.
Yeah.
So with Halloween around the corner, all streaming services and channels are going to start playing some of the familiar fear-inducing favorites. In honor of the upcoming spooky season, we at Finance Buzz are dying to know whether or not high-budget horror movies deliver stronger scares than low-budget ones.
Okay.
All right, so here are the list of movies.
Okay.
All right, the number one, it's not
They're
saying
in no
it's
order,
they're in
but
no specific order. Saw.
I can watch Saw.
Okay, I could see Saw. I could see how, heart rates would be increased just because I think people kind of put themselves maybe in a situation thinking if I was in that situation, maybe freak them out a little bit.
Yeah.
It goes, it's
But
ew.
I don't think it's
oh my
they
God,
increase
no.
your heart rate because it's scary
you don't
from
have the
what's
jump
on the
scares.
screen. Yeah, I just think it's more
just
like
disgusting.
a psychological thing.
Yeah, because Saw is more of what they call gore porn, where it's it's more about the gore stuff than it is like your jump scare or your guy hunting you down.
Gotcha.
All right, so the next one is Amityville Horror.
Never seen it.
Yeah, I can't. If I've seen it, it's been years, so I can't really say anything.
They made one way back, I think in the 70s. I've never seen that one. I've seen the one that they remade probably early 2000s with what's his name, the Deadpool guy,
Ryan
Reynolds. And it was decent, but it wasn't something that
scary.
Yeah, I've only seen it once, and I've never wanted to go back and see it again.
See,
so it sucks.
Yeah. All right, now the next two I've never seen, but I want to see it.
Okay.
A Quiet Place and A Quiet Place Part 2.
I've never seen it, but I really want to see it.
Yeah, and I've heard that people went nuts in the movie theaters watching this movie.
Is this the one where it's completely quiet the whole movie? Okay, I know we talked about that.
Yeah, people said in the movie theaters that they went mad because
it was just completely silent.
So quiet in the movie theater.
Yeah.
You know, besides the bleed over from like the Avengers next door or something. Yeah. You know?
Yeah, I would go mad. I can't.
It's just weird,
quiet.
yeah, because I mean, when you watch a movie, obviously you expect sound.
Yeah.
You expect the people to talk.
Right. All right. So those are ones that I want to see, and probably if they're on a streaming this month, I'll probably check them out. Candyman.
Candyman isn't scary to me, but it's more like this is old school. Like, are we talking new Candyman or the old Candyman?
This would be the old Candyman because the new Candyman hasn't been brought out yet.
Okay, then yeah, no, it's just a movie to me.
See, now the Candyman, I like the character, but I never cared for the movie. And I don't know. You know, you've never seen it?
Again, it's been 100 years.
Yeah, I think I turned it on a couple months ago, and then you fell asleep like 5 minutes into it.
Probably. Sounds about right.
See, that's how Vanessa would pass the challenge. She just fall asleep.
All right, now this next one on here, the first time I watched this movie, my heart rate went up. I could definitely tell that my heart rate would have gone up on this Fitbit if this was my first time going through it.
Okay.
But the second or third time going through it, it's you know when these jump scares are going to happen.
Okay.
Insidious.
Ooh, yeah, Insidious is a good movie. But like I said, it's not really as scary.
Yeah, you actually stayed up and watched this one with me. That's the one where
I jumped a few times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the one where the little kid fell off the ladder and he went into that coma thing, but it wasn't really a coma. He was, he was having an outer body experience with the demons and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that movie was really good. I could see it multiple times, but that first time going through it, I definitely would have said that. Yeah, especially you,
high readings,
because yours would have been whoa.
Yeah,
whoa.
The jump scenes definitely get me.
All right, number 7 on the list, and it gets me all the fucking time. I have to turn on the lights after watching it all the fucking time.
Really?
The Blair Witch Project.
Yep. Mm-hmm. That one would be the number one thing that'll raise my heart rate.
Just sitting here talking about Blair Witch, look at my arms.
Really? Because I thought when I watched that, I'm like, this is so fucking cheesy.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh no, it's too real for me. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I thought it was like super cheesy. I definitely didn't get that.
There's a short list of films that just scared the piss out of me every time I watch them, and Blair Witch is one of those.
That's one of them, huh?
Paranormal Activity. The first time I seen Paranormal Activity was in the movie theaters. And I came home to a fucking haunted house.
Yeah.
And I was scared. I'm like, do you think that whatever's here?
Happen?
Do you think whatever's here could end up being like dragging me out of my fucking bed and shit?
Right. Oh boy.
So you know what? Now I'm thinking $15,000 to make Paranormal Activity. How did they do some of those effects where the dude getting dragged out of bed and shit? That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right. So the next one on the list is Sinister. Sinister came out around the same time Insidious did. Sinister is about this like demon that's caught on film, and then he comes out of the film and kills people.
Yeah.
I can't say I've seen it.
Yeah, I think there's 3 of them out now.
Yeah.
It's not a bad movie, but it's kind of it's slow moving.
Yeah.
Towards the end it picks up, but it's so slow moving that I actually fell asleep.
Wow, you fell asleep.
I fell asleep.
Wow.
The next one is Get Out. It's a really good movie.
Okay.
I don't really consider it a horror movie. It's about black people being brainwashed by white people.
Okay.
And it's a really interesting film. It's got a fucking twist like no other at the end of it. So Get Out and see Get Out is really good. All right, the next one on the list, we're at number 10, The Purge.
Purge, okay, it gets my heart rate up. It doesn't scare me, it just gets it up because it's like
Again, you kind of think of yourself maybe in those shoes.
Yeah.
You know, like what would I do, or where would I go, or where would I hide? So yeah, okay.
Yeah, so The Purge is decent. You know, I don't think my heart rate rises with that. It's a really good movie, but it's not one that's gonna make my heart rate jump. But didn't you say you had to turn it off because it scared you?
No.
Oh, your brother told me that you had to turn it off at the part where the guys were at the front door.
Oh, yeah, that part did scare me because the mask.
All right, so number 11 on the list is Halloween, the 2018 one.
Never seen it.
That is the reboot one. It wasn't the Rob Zombie one. It's the newer one where basically they scrap every Halloween movie out of the whole entire system. Basically, it's the sequel to the very first Halloween movie.
Oh, okay.
You know, it's all right, but I've only seen it once, and I don't care to see it again.
Yeah, I don't remember the last Halloween movie that I saw, but it was one of the newer ones, and I'm just like, I was just like,
Yeah. All right, so number 12 on the list, Paranormal Activity.
You know, we've been talking about it. So
Definitely, it gets me. I don't know what it is. It just gets me. It's so fucking real. I don't know. To me, it's just so the found footage films. I think that's what it is.
I think it just puts you like it reminds you more of like home videos. I think, and it makes it a little more like real and personal.
Yeah. And doing all of our YouTube stuff and everything, you know, just always being behind a camera. I was always the dad, you know, with the camera up and everything, always catching everything. And then you watch these movies, it's like, what kind of situation would I be in? You know, would I continue filming if I'm being?
If my life is like on the line, Oh, I gotta change my tape.
Right. Hold on, Ghost. Before you do me up the butt here, make sure to let me change my tape here.
My tape.
Yeah. All right.
Last movie.
Last movie on the list is Annabelle. It doesn't scare me. It's a good movie, but doesn't scare me.
Yeah, it's a good movie. It just doesn't scare me.
The sequel to Annabelle is a little bit more freakier than the first one.
Okay.
Because it's called Annabelle Creation.
That one scares me a lot.
They're out on like an old farmhouse, and it's just really, it's a really creepy, ominous looking movie. So if you guys can see the second Annabelle movie, it's really good. So it says here, Finance Buzz will provide the hired horror heart rate analysis with a Fitbit to track your heart rate throughout your movie analysis, along with $1,300 and a $50 gift card to cover all the rental costs for your movies.
How funny.
And then it goes through here and says apply. The apply date was by September 26th, so you guys are late on that one.
Yeah.
But I did put my application in.
You did? No word yet, huh?
No word yet.
No.
I just get a lot of ads from them through my email.
I'm sure.
But it's an interesting list of movies.
Yeah, it's something interesting, fun, something different to do, I guess.
But you know, there are a couple movies on there that probably would raise my heartbeat. But there are just some duds on there too. And I'm thinking like you put like the Terrifier on that kind of thing.
Yes, no, that movie, like that dude just creeps me the fuck out. Like he doesn't need to talk, he doesn't need to do anything. He just needs to look at the fucking camera,
right?
Because he is creepy.
And that's one of those movies that I'm like, all right, if anybody wants to ever see a movie that's just so fucked up, let's watch this movie. Same thing with what is it? The House of a Thousand Corpses.
Oh,
it's one of those movies that if someone that's just out there just random, you'd be like, you need to watch this movie.
Yeah.
And then they watch it and they're like, what the fuck did you just make me watch? And I'm like, I just made you watch almost a 2-hour music video.
Yeah, pretty much.
But Terrifier, I made Trent watch it because I watched it by myself the first time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, you need to watch this movie with me. And then it got to the point where spoiler alert, he's cutting this chick in half from her vagina start with a saw. And it's
insane.
It was like, I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, this is fucking
the shock value.
Yeah, it's fucking insane. And the second one comes out this month. So
sweet.
I am fucking all about it.
Yeah, we'll be there.
All right, so do you guys on that list? You guys would have heart rates raised?
Yeah.
A couple times.
Yeah, a few of them. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Probably the jumpy ones.
Definitely. It'd be funny if we just had. I'm not going to go and buy Fitbits or anything, but if all three of us sat and watched the same movie, I wonder, what kind of changes.
Yeah.
You would be flatline because you'd be asleep.
Yes. Yeah. Except my twitches.
Exactly. You'd be like, oh, she's doing the dead body twitch over. All right, guys. So that is our kickoff to October. Our standard episode. We might pop in a few other shorter episodes along the month. It might just be me. It might be just me and Nessie. It might be me and Trent. Never know what the combination's going to be. But there'll be like little, 10, 15 minute, maybe 20 minutes episodes along the way just to keep your attention for Halloween.
Awesome.
And then we'll do our longer, once a week episodes each week. So.
All right. Cool.
All right, guys. So make sure to go out and check out our friend, Mr. Hinklejaws, at kevinahinkle.com and order his awesome Halloween stickers. And make sure to also go and check us out wherever you download your podcasts. If you guys are listening to us on Apple Podcasts, make sure to leave us a review and a 5-star rating if you guys are digging us.
Oh, yeah.
We don't have too many rankings out there on that.
Well, get out there and rank us.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm thinking a lot of our downloads are coming through Spotify because we don't get too much movement on Apple.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
Interesting.
So we are also on TikTok. Make sure to go on and check out us on TikTok. We are on Instagram, Facebook, and
that's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
There's a Twitter out there, but I don't.
Why do you mention Twitter? It's not even.
Yeah, I don't even fucking know where it's at.
Exactly.
I don't even know a password. Or anything. Also, once again, thank you to Liz and Randy at Wolf Hollow for the awesome experience we had.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you guys.
So we thank you guys for always supporting us here at GFT. Go out and check out our merch shop at what's the website?
GhostFTpodcast.myspreadshop.com.
Yeah, awesome. And if you guys have your own spooky stories and you want to share them with us, for us to read them on the show, where can they reach us at?
GhostFT@yahoo.com.
Where's that?
GhostFT@yahoo.com.
All right, guys. So I am your host. My name is Nick.
I'm Trent.
I am Newsroom Nessie.
And as always,
everyone has a story to tell.
And
so spooky.